Hi, I'm Kyle Caldwell. I'm President and CEO of the Michigan Nonprofit Association. 2010 marks our 20th year. It also marks 20 years of tremendous success and growth for the nonprofit sector in our state. Nonprofits across the state have made a tremendous impact strengthening communities. And we want to look forward and look back at all the successes of nonprofits. And that's why we've gone around the state and asked nonprofits, what's your commitment to the nonprofit sector?
My commitment to the nonprofit sector for the next 20 years is to engage us in a larger cause, in a social mission to make lasting change across Michigan's nonprofit sector and ultimately in Michigan's communities.
I would like our organization to continue to provide the services that we are providing for children and families to stay together, to help kids have a better education and better home life, and for our staff and organization just to work together as a team, and just to continue to work collaboratively with other organizations. I think that would be great.
I think my sincere commitment to the nonprofit community is that, I will continue to be able to challenge them in trying to tell the story that never gets told up here, because it's all about numbers and nobody ever tells the story about the human impact. And I think I'm going to constantly challenge the nonprofit community not to show me just what are the cuts and what are the numbers totally and what kinds of federal funding are we going to lose. I'm going to ask, what community is this going to impact? Is this going to impact children, families? So I'm going to constantly be challenging them the next 20 years.
I think the biggest thing that the nonprofit sector needs to focus on in the 20 years ahead are the unlimited wants and then unlimited needs that we have in our communities, and trying to present as much information to the communities that they represent about what they do to serve the community, what they do to serve the people who need assistance and help in their lives. I think information is where power exists in the nonprofit community. If the nonprofit community isn't able to tell people their story, they're going to have a hard time advocating for any support in the future.
Over the next 20 years, I definitely see myself still involved in a nonprofit. I am going to graduate school this coming fall for nonprofit management, and I hope that with that degree I can make some big changes in Michigan, especially in southeastern Michigan. And I always plan to volunteer at the ground level, helping agencies and communities keep their head above water, and I plan to stay in Michigan to do that.
I think it was so fortunate that Michigan Nonprofit, MNA, was established 20 years ago. I remember when that occurred, and one of the things that we were looking for was a way to strengthen the nonprofit sector in ways that would be different and would be in fact future-oriented. We wanted to look at leadership. We wanted to look at better policy creation. We wanted to look at more and better results. And we wanted to look at greater ways to collaborate. I think as we look at the future, we also need to really think about how we can be better collaborators. I see the future about us learning to get into the habit of collaboration and cooperation. It should be something natural that we do, but not because it's easy or fun, but rather because it's a strategic way for us to leverage more and better impact for the people that we serve.
Both my personal and professional commitment to the nonprofit sector for the future is to ensure that our youth are engaged in service learning and volunteerism. So I truly believe that their commitment to service learning is what will sustain us into the future.
We're here today in DeVos Performance Hall, which was built 30 years ago this year at a time of great economic uncertainty. And that investment in our community, not only in the building that we're in, but also in organizations like the Symphony, has helped strengthen our city and our region and state. And as we look forward to the next 20 years, we know that investment, not only during times of economic strength, but during uncertain times like this, that type of investment will only continue, and to help strengthen the institutions that serve our community.
I'm committed to the nonprofit sector in 20 years, making sure that we have a professionalized workforce and that we maintain the integrity of the sector as a place where new ideas can come from anybody. And anyone who has a great idea for making things better for themselves, for the community, for the public good, that we offer them the place to do that.
I believe my commitment is really about helping others to understand the importance of maintaining and striving for high quality nonprofits. We are not just an afterthought. Nonprofit work is critically important, and for all of us to hold ourselves to a high standard over the next couple of decades is really important to others seeing us as the catalyst and the important cog in the wheel to make things move forward in terms of all different kinds of services around the state.
We want to thank you for your support for the nonprofit sector in Michigan and your support for the Michigan Nonprofit Association. We want to thank you for all the commitment that you'll deliver to the nonprofit sector in the future for 20 years and more to come. Thank you.